What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Dash to BTC. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, giveaway at 5,000 subscribers for some Crypto TV merch. Otherwise, let's get on with today's episode. So in this episode, we're going to break down a few things, basically go over some technical analysis, look at the overall coin market cap, as well as looking at some pretty major news, in my opinion. So I did find an article that I did want to touch base on, kind of shocked, and we're going to see how this affects the market in a recent time, but definitely shocking in my opinion, and we're definitely going to have to jump into that. It's the first thing I'm going to talk about right now, actually, because it's that important to me, and I do think we need to talk about it. Now, I'm just going to go off on a limb and say, obviously, I don't know if all of these articles that I have researched are 100% factual. It definitely is possible that some of them aren't real, but on the off chance they are, it's something we should go over so that we are all informed, and then you guys can make your own decision based on the information I provide. So I found an article called on Bitcoinist.com. And as you guys can see in the title of the video, and as well as the title of this article, China officially bans all crypto-related commercial activities. Now, that is pretty big news in my opinion. I do know that Facebook and a lot of those other companies, Google, have taken off their, I wouldn't say ban, and YouTube have taken off their restraints on commercial advertising for cryptocurrency-related advertisements. I know ICOs are still problematic, but for China to ban all crypto-related activities related to commercial activities is pretty like backtaking. Like I'm pretty shocked in my opinion. So I just want to scroll down, kind of read a few sentences off this article, and then we'll talk about it. So it says, according to the latest tweet by Dovey Wan, the managing director of Dahanhua Capital of California-based venture capital fund, the Chinese government authorities have released an official order asking to ban all cryptocurrency-related commercial activities and events. That's huge. Like, that is huge. And that could potentially have a pretty negative impact on the markets, considering that the Asian markets are where predominantly most of the trading happens, and they hold most of the cryptocurrency within Bitcoin and crypto. Now, it doesn't mean they can't own or sell or make shorts off of cryptocurrency. It just means they can't advertise ICOs, which could potentially be a good thing. It really could. But it says, as China has already introduced a blanket ban on all crypto trading and exchanges operations, the latest ban circulates more around communication channels spreading the crypto world. I actually didn't know that there's a blanket ban on crypto trading and exchange operations. I think I did hear about that. That's pretty interesting too, and may have some sort of impact on the price in the previous months that we've had. So it says, by Tuesday evening, nearly 8 crypto-focused news outlets closed their official WeChat accounts. The reason cited is that the news channel have been violating the newly issued guidelines by China's top internet watchdog. Earlier this month, on August 7th, the Cyberspace Administration of China introduced a temporary regulations on the development and management of public information services for instant messaging tools. Users of instant messaging tool services, blah 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 blah. So yeah, it seems like they're clamping. It says clamping down on crypto trading and exchange operations last year. That's what they did. Chinese blockchain news outlets have been gaining in popularity with millions of daily viewers. Let's get some of that on our channel, right? Some of the news platforms also received massive venture capital and funding to expand its operations, and said earlier this year, local publication People's Day, considered the mouthpiece of the Chinese Communist Party, claimed the media and news outlets have a role in crypto market manipulation. Interesting. So are they doing this for a good reason? Are they trying to stop the manipulation by putting a ban on commercial advertising relative to crypto? Or are they just negative cryptocurrency in all aspects and don't want it in their country at all? You know, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about for this article. definitely is something you have to think about when investing in cryptocurrency, and how this could potentially play a bigger role than just a few dollars, how these countries are making huge decisions on it. But definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm pretty shocked about this. But otherwise, let's jump into the coin market cap. I refreshed the page a little bit ago. So it says the current market cap is 209 billion. I believe it was 212 billion yesterday. But just another day of consolidation, in my opinion. A little bit higher volume at 12 billion, with a Bitcoin dominance at 53.2%. So that is continuing to go up as well, something we have to pay attention to as well. But now, looking at the top 10 cryptocurrencies, you can see that for the most part, they all are just in a consolidation standpoint. I know it's all red, but if you look at the percentage of how much they're down by, it's not even like 1%. Ethereum is 0.27, Bitcoin Cash 0.72, EOS 0.2, Litecoin 0.04%. Tether didn't even change. Cardano down 1, Monero down 3. So yes, some of the altcoins are taking a bigger hit. Bitcoin is actually up a little bit, but for the most part, they do seem to just be a day of consolidation, in my opinion. Nothing is down double digits. Nothing is above like 3 or 4%. For the most part, it just seems like another day of consolidation on the rest of the market. Now, moving on to Litecoin, I know all of you guys are interested in looking at that. This is going to be a shorter technical analysis, as due, because I know it gets boring if I repeat myself, but it seems like another day of consolidation, so not much change is happening in the price level. You guys can see we are just holding that purple line of support, which is at around 55, very, very, very strongly. You can see we did have a retrace back down to support levels. You can see we are very low on the relative strength index, so I do think we're just going to consolidate and trade sideways until we get closer to this level of resistance, that yellow downtrend, that 8-month downtrend that the market has been facing for quite some time now. Now, if we do break bearish from this and we cannot break through that, we will retest a strong $50 support level on Litecoin. So definitely something we have to pay attention to. But I do think 50 should be the bottom. We're going to have to find out. I do think the market is pretty exhausted, in my opinion. And if we manage to bounce up off that, we should go back up to around $70 fairly quickly, in my opinion. Now, I just want to look at the 4-hour, and then we'll move over to Bitcoin. But you guys can see that we have been just trading sideways for a very long time on the market right now, facing now 2 areas of resistance. That's what I wanted to talk about. We have the downtrend and the relative high-low middle moving average on the 4-hour are both clamping down. So just to draw it for you guys, this is a lot of resistance, you know. Look at these 2 lines. I mean, they're so clear cut as to the downtrend that we had. It really clarifies that that is a resistance level that we should be paying attention to, in my opinion. So I do think we need to consolidate, trade sideways. We are going to retest that level very, very, very soon, and we'll obviously do some technical analysis on that. I'll probably be doing a live stream sometime this week to talk to you guys in real time about that. But I'm moving on to Bitcoin. Definitely interesting. Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Yesterday we actually managed to get fairly close to $7,000. I don't know why I wasn't aware of that. That happened early in the morning, 2 a.m. It seems to be. Yeah, 2 a.m. So obviously was asleep then, but we managed to break above the high-low middle moving average on the 4-hour, which is actually really good news, in my opinion. Got above a small support at $6,600. Shot all the way up to $6,900, which is pretty interesting. We actually rode the high-low middle moving average for a short while and then broke back down to a more neutral support level. You can see right here for the most part. This is just a big congestion area. You can see that's why there are so many lines here, so many small support, nothing firm. You can see this giant yellow is a firm support level, and this bold support level is also fairly strong. That's why I bold them. But for the most part, we are kind of hanging out here, and we are going to play around with that high-low MMA as we consolidate further in the crypto space. This is actually wild, guys. Look at this huge retracement back down to support. We actually managed to break out of that with a lot of volume. So there was a huge spike in volume yesterday, which I'm shocked about. I didn't even remember this happening. Like yesterday night when I did the the video, we did not see a move this big that quickly, but it must have happened right after I posted the video. So right back down to the resistance right here. We're actually above it, so for the most part we should be okay. Looking fairly nice on the relative strength index in my opinion, and I do think we're just going to continue to consolidate. You know, the longer we can try to break above, we should inevitably go back to retest that high-low MMA. You can see where that resistance is right here. That's why we fell from that. Shot up fairly quick, not really much of a movement on the RSI, so there is plenty of potential for us to do that again and actually close at those levels, which would be very nice to see a $7,000 Bitcoin again. I'm sure you guys all want to see that. Moving on to Ethereum now, you guys can see another clear-cut day of consolidation, literally just consolidating on that oversold line. So I do think in due time we should break above that. It kind of is starting to worry me that we are hanging out here for quite a long time. When stuff like that happens and we consolidate for a long time, it's not something that can be sustainable. At some point the price action is going to have to move in either direction fairly quick. So I can say that consolidation was needed. You can see the consolidation after we broke back into support, but for the most part we're going to consolidate. We're going to most likely come back up, retest that resistance, and it seems like all the altcoins are obviously following Bitcoin, but they all have a downtrend in formation, a descending triangle. So at some point they're all going to retest that, and if the stronger one, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, break through it, they're all going to follow suit. So definitely pay attention to that in my opinion. Lastly, let's look at Dash. We have not looked at Dash in quite some time, and I don't remember the last time we did it. It was probably a week or two ago. You guys can see the high-low MMA coming down on the 4-hour. We were facing some sort of resistance as such. I do think there's a small downtrend now that I'm noticing it. Something of the sort like that. I'm actually going to make this white because it is a small downtrend. So we are following a smaller one right here. You guys can see we drew a support in last video right here where we touched bottoms. And if I just zoom out, do we have any more touches? I know I'm on the 4-hour, but you can clearly see the downtrend, massive. But I might have to zoom out to the daily, but you guys can see we did find a bottom support right here, and it's actually right there at the current moment. We are almost in oversold territory in the RSI. Now I'm on the daily. I'm just going to zoom out so we can get a better look-see at where this market is heading, why we drew that support at the bottom right there. So I guess the reason we drew that support last time was because of that small spike, or that small wick that was formed, but we're definitely making lower lows. We are literally about to be oversold, so I don't think we can go much lower. If we do, we're going to have to, figure out where that's going to go. Because I don't have any lower supports, it's pretty much going to make its own, and we're going to have to follow it. But we should hopefully use this support, ride it out, and consolidate further, and eventually retest its downtrend, and hopefully break back up to its high-low MMA. But otherwise, that's going to sum up the video for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on post notifications. If you like the content, leave a giant thumbs up on the channel, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.